Alright, I'm just going to show you the canes I've got. 7 canes. I don't know what it is, I just think canes are kind of cool. First I'm going to show you mine. This is my regular cane. Right here. It's a crook neck wooden shaft. That's all it is. The cool thing about this is I know this is at least 60 years old. So it's just a standard wooden cane. Nothing special. And I got this straight one. Sort of, it's straight. It's a little bent, but it's just a stick, basically, a little knob. A little checker pattern cut into it. I got this other one. Again, it's a straight piece of wood, but it's got like a little head carved into the top of it. Now we get into the ones with a little bit unusualness to them. The old cobra head on it. It's made out of brass, and it's a stick. Now most people immediately think, oh, it's a sword. Well, it doesn't screw, but there's nothing in it. It's actually just got a little... It's supposed to be a flask, but I wouldn't trust that. There's a cork to it I've got somewhere around here. And there's a little spring down in there. But to me that's a nice little place to store some cash or something. And that head just screws back onto it. I actually got this in Chicago years and years ago. And it unscrews to become two pieces. So now we get to swords. Got 3 sword canes. This one, I like the head. Okay, it's got like a little dragon thing on it. It just pulls out. The sword itself is not sharp at all. Okay, and when you're using it, the chin of the dragon, I guess, kind of digs into your hand. So I bought this for like $10, I think, someplace. It's not worth $10, but kind of cool. Bought that when I was like probably 15 or something. Then I got this one. It's a crookhead style aluminum shaft. It unscrews, which I don't care for, but it is a sharp blade. It's a decently long blade. I broke this probably a couple weeks after I got it. I dropped it. And I broke right here, so I re-glued that back on there, so I don't trust it too much. Another thing I don't really like about it is you have to unscrew it. So it kind of, sword canes are not the best defensive tools, first off. Just a regular cane is almost effective as a sword cane is. Actually, somewhere the glue drew down. But, you know, you're not going to be walking down the street, some guys are like, give me your money, like, okay. So if you do want a sword cane, I would suggest a pull-out design. Or one with like a little button you push or something better than unscrew the thing. And that actually is like my last one. It's straight, got a little knob on the tip, and you just pull it out and out. Now it is a shorter blade. It's thinner, but it's sharp from there to the tip. And from there to the tip on the back end. So it's pretty decent. Very good point for stabbing. The one thing I don't like about this one is it goes in either way, but if you go in the wrong way, it rattles around. I put a little marker on the tip. I don't know if you can see that, but I put it the wrong way, so it's actually the back of the edge blade. It goes that way. And it's nice and quiet. I mean, you can get it if you really shake, but just standard walking around with it. Oh, it's rattling. But, you know, so it's a lot better. I don't know. But again, a sword cane is not that effective of a tool, a fighting tool. When you just use the cane. Sword canes are actually illegal in certain areas. They're not illegal in Indiana, as far as I know. I looked in the laws and I do not see the term sword, cane, and anything. So if you do want to get one for just for show, which I think it's kind of neat, you know, especially when you're like, hey, check this out, hey, check this out, you know, check that out, you know. Like I said, just a regular cane is much more effective because they're legal everywhere. And as I read somewhere, I'm not 100% sure, it does make sense, but I'm not 100% sure if this is correct, that you can't actually ask a person to prove they need a cane because you're asking about their medical diagnosis, and that would violate HIPAA law, which I can't remember what HIPAA actually stands for, but it's a Patient Privacy Protection Act. So technically speaking, if that is 100% true, and it does sound legit, they can't actually ask you to prove you need a cane. And again, just no, but wood. I mean, I can use it just as a sword. Sword techniques will transfer to it just perfectly. And if you do have the hook, now you got something you can grab on people's arms with and stuff like that. Big enough you can actually look around people's heads if need be. But anyway, so there you go. There's my canes.